All right, welcome back to Pickleball Journey. Today we are talking about how to drive better.
Or I like to say, how to bang better.
All right, I'm Justin.
I'm Elisha.
Let's get into it. All right, today we are talking about how to bang better. So we're getting into 3 key tips to bang harder and better. The first one, we want to make sure we get a good shoulder turn. So when we're hitting some of these drives here, we'll get into a couple more. I'll mostly do backhands, I'll do forehands too, but notice the shoulder turn we're getting on these drives. Our chin is almost touching our shoulder. We're bending, we're leaning forward, and then we're driving through the ball.
Yep.
So we'll hit a couple of these here.
Yep. Notice how on this backhand, right, Justin's right shoulder starts on his chin, and then when he finishes through, okay, especially on the backhand, he'll finish with the left shoulder on his chin. So you want to get a full chin to shoulder to the other shoulder. So that's how it's going to accelerate your arm. Your core, okay, and your shoulder turn are one of the strongest muscles in the body. So when you're turning that fast and throwing your arm through, that's how you're creating a lot of power in the ball. So many times I see in tournaments where you have just swinging of the arm, okay? And that's gonna you're not gonna really hurt your arm a ton, most likely, because these are light, okay? But you're not gonna get as much power into your shots. If you wanna hit fast drives like Justin and I, that's how you're gonna do it. The shoulders are where you're gonna get that power.
And that brings us right into tip number 2. But before we talk about that, be sure to hit that like button. Really helps us out. Completely free as well. All right, the second tip, which you were talking a little bit about it, a lot of players just use arm, and they're sweeping, right? They're just sweeping through like this.
They're doing the master, the Karate Kid, what's his name?
Mr. Miyagi?
Mr. Miyagi.
You always forget that guy.
I know, right? So I think we talked about this another time too, but the wax off, wax on, right? They're like painting the court or waxing the court, right? So we don't want to be doing this, waxing the court. One of the reasons is because the wrist, right? You're gonna pop the ball up if you're too early, and if you're too late, you're gonna put it in the net. So
but I even see people not using wrists, and they're just just straight through going like this.
And that one you still have to time too.
Right. Exactly.
Perfectly timed.
The tip that we're recommending is that you get that paddle more level. So versus down, you've got it off to the side here. It could be a little bit down, but you've got that paddle off to the side, and we're hitting through that square there.
You want that paddle horizontal because you can control that racket face very easily with just a little tilt, right? Versus you're doing this arm swing. And if you're thinking, oh well, what if the ball's low? Well, get a little athletic and get low with the ball as well. You don't have to constantly be going down like this. Now, if it goes down to the ground and we're down here, sure, bring it back up, drop the paddle a little bit, but get the paddle horizontal as much as you can at the ball as high as you can, basically.
And Elisha's gonna get into this third tip, but seriously, if you haven't hit that subscribe button or the like, which I know you didn't hit it yet, so smash it. We'll get right in.
This third tip is making sure you are transferring your weight, okay? So ideally, in a perfect world, we're gonna transfer weight all the time, right? But if we're like on our back foot, okay, I'd rather you drive the ball than drop it. But in any time, try to be able to transfer your weight, because if you think about punching like a wall or a bag as hard as you can, right? You're not gonna be going backwards, right? You're gonna be moving forwards and turning into it. So in the same way, make sure you're transferring your weight into the court as you turn your shoulders.
Love it. All right, so if you haven't tried Engage paddles yet, this Pursuit's pretty awesome. It's got a huge target, so you know exactly.
You guys know how much I like to hit in the middle of that paddle, right here. If
you miss the spot, I mean, that's on you. But anyway, we've got a 20% discount for these paddles. Check it out in the description below.